Hello, everybody. This is your friendly neighborhood techno wizard. This is gonna be a bit of a rant. This is gonna be my GW rant, in fact. But with that being said, I'm gonna preface this with legal kind of stuff. This is my opinion. Don't buy stock tips from me. Don't get medical advice from me. Don't get dietary advice from me. Consult your physician and consult your financial professional, because I'm not it. I'm just here to rant about things, and for all those who are about to bitch at me, because this is only supposed to be a Palladium Games forum or channel, you need to pay attention to what's going on in the industry or in any sort of thing you're involved in. If you're a Risk player like me, I love Risk. Miniatures could use a little work, but in the games in general. Now, I'll admit it, I play Necromunda. I still need to paint figures. Got rid of a whole bunch of mine. But I play Battletech too. Now, I like what's going on with Battletech right now. I have a couple gripes about them, but I'll do that later. This is going to be about GW. How do I phrase this? I have a lot of friends who are avid, and I do mean this, avid GW Warhammer 40k players. They love the game, they love the system. I get to hear all about how they don't like this rule change, they don't like that rule change. They think this sucks, this is stupid, that's dumb. I understand all that. However, even as a Palladium player, I listen because I want to know what's going on. And I think with what GW is doing, they literally are killing their fan base. I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that, there was a whole thing about Warhammer Plus. And I'm going to start off kind of there. And I'll proceed to the rest of it. I actually had hope for it. I thought, Warhammer Plus, okay, cool. So this is this is something I can subscribe to and basically find all of my favorite content creators on it. That's what I thought. I thought, this will be great. I mean, it's $5 a month, but yeah, I can spare $5 a month. You know, it'd be awesome. You know, Emperor's Talk to Text. I can just, it'd be in an app on my phone. Yay, cool. You know, they bring in the content creators. They share, they do a little advertising on the site. Wouldn't mind that. I thought they'd bring people in like that, but it kind of, and I didn't sign up for it initially just because I was busy working, so I didn't have the time and I didn't have the inclination. But how do I phrase this? It had such potential. Like I said, you could have made this the ultimate fan animation site, fan content creation site. You could have had everybody on there, whoever makes content, you sign up for this, you become a partner with us, we're all going to share, we're all going to grow this thing that we love. That's what fan content creation is. It's guys who do this stuff because they love it. Because they love the game, they love the system, they love the concept, they love the characters. You've got guys, Oculus and Paris. This guy does a great job. He is fully invested in that character. You have Arch. Bit of a dick. But, hey, he does a good job when he talks about his stuff. I like Discord, too. She's funny. She's in Ireland. I can deal. I probably got some Irish ancestry. But all of that, all those creators, you could bring in Wolf Lord Bro, you could bring in Luton, you could bring in any number of, the Grimdark Narrator. You can bring in all these guys, you bring them all to one place, and then everybody can watch video after video after video of them doing stuff. And you can sell advertising just like any broadband service or any web-based service. You literally can do that. You can do $5 a month, everybody come in, and we'll split the advertising with the content creators. And if you come on here, you log in, you make your own little thing, you say, hey, I just did this one little movie. Okay, cool. We'll put that up on our site. That would have been awesome. They were talking about their own independent creations. That would have been cool to have when there's like premieres, but it really fell flat. It didn't fall flat. It fell on its face, broke its spinal column, wrapped itself around, and managed to shove its head right up its butt. Because when it failed, and it failed miserably, I had buddies of mine who signed up for this, and they're like, yeah, the first thing we got was some Battlefield report. I don't know what a Battlefield Report is personally. Don't care unless it's from my game. And since I play Necromunda, Warhammer Battlefield Report is not going to work for me because I don't know what it is. I don't care. I was expecting Fanimation. Like the guys, the Astartes guys, the computer animation, that was beautiful. No talking. It was just all action. It was like, this is awesome. And they just kind of disappeared. They got signed up. And I was watching this full flight. I thought that you had such potential in this whole thing, and you pwned it. And even like the first animation they put out for free. So I clicked on it, I got the link, and I went, well, let me give it a shot. I couldn't get through 30 seconds of this thing because my bloody brain was trying to crawl out my nose and leave me. I had a moment when I was watching it where the left side of my brain went to the right side of my brain and said, it's dark in here and we may die. That was it. It was that bad. And I saw some guys on YouTube like, oh, this is wonderful animation. I'm like sitting there going, did we watch the same thing? Orcs don't have fatherly or grandfatherly conversations with each other. That is literally not orc culture. And I'm not an expert on the orcs. Don't get me wrong. But all my friends are like, yeah, the orcs, you know the way they teach each other things? They hit each other. They don't contact, he's a great warrior and sit here, little ones. It's, boom. You're smaller than me, I'm hungry. That's it. They don't have fatherly conversations. They just don't. They literally grow from mold spores into Gretchens and then into orcs, I think, or Gretchens are something like, but whatever. It literally. I mean, literally, they hit each other. How are you the orc boss? Well, I beat everybody else. I have a big claw. I crushed everybody. The old leader was here. I killed him. Now I'm boss. That was orc. Orc crusher. Orc smasher. Wonderfulness of the orcs. Paint vehicle red. Go faster. That was it. There was not this sort of fatherly talk. Here you come, little Orky. Sit on my knee and I'll tell you all about our greatest enemy. A human who scares us. And I just saw it and I thought, golly, who... And here's the thing I think this is. You literally have people saying, oh, Warhammer. Oh yeah, I've seen a couple things on that, yeah. Okay, you want us to make some content about it? Okay, cool. I had this other script. Apparently, this is an old script. I'll just... And we'll change... is the orc from a human to an orc, and then he'll tell him a story about what's that guy with the claw thing? Oh, him, yeah, I'll tell him a great story about him, and sit him on his knee. It's like they took, and this is the thing that pisses me off with a lot of stuff, is they're not in that universe. It's like when somebody creates a Star Wars thing, and all of a sudden, for some reason, there's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and you're like, well, it's like Riffs. I had a GM who took Riffs, and it was Stargate. Yes, you're in a strangely pyramid-shaped ship that has crystals every... I'm like, oh... I got so freaking pissed off I quit the game. I was just like annoyed because the GM didn't make me earn anything, didn't make me kind of build something, and I was a mechanic, by the way. No, I was a Techno-Wizard. And it's the same Techno-Wizard. I like Techno-Wizards right now. I like mechanics and Techno-Wizards. I tend to be a builder. It was literally, I just said, well, I'm going to try to build this armor set. And he says, oh no, your civilization provided it for you. I want to build it. Oh, no, you don't need to. Here it is. Just make up the stats for the weapons. Okay, my cannon does 10d6 times 20. Boom! Well, there goes the planet. It was just dumb. I got so pissed off. I just left. I literally left the campaign because it was just, here. You don't understand what Rifts is. If you're going to play a game, play a game. If you're going to play Star Wars, play Star Wars. If you're going to play Phase Worlds, play Phase Worlds. If you're going to play Rifts, play Rifts. If you're going to play Dungeons and Dragons, play Magic Missile out of my ass. Dungeons and Dragons. If you're going to make a movie about anything, you should know it. And that's where I think they shot themselves. I think they got some guy to do that who just didn't know what it was. I don't know who. I didn't even stick around for the credits because my nose was bleeding so badly. I had to cauterize my nose with a pop poker. Was tempted to. But it was just insanely bad. You have guys who made wonderful content. You literally should have just asked them to come on over and say, hey guys, come with us. We'll give you a better shot. Profit sharing. They already did all the damn work. All these guys did this work in the basements on the weekends with their computers, and they just loved it. Or, talked about it, or read lore, put all the pieces of the lore together for a package. That's what they did. And Warhammer Plus, boom! It was stupid. And then it came to the, then it came to the NDA part, and I heard about this, and not a legal person, don't take legal advice from me, but if somebody handed me, and I'm a business person, I own my own business, I freelance. If somebody handed me a contract that said I couldn't talk about anything, I couldn't tell anybody anything, I couldn't say anything bad about them, I would laugh in their face, throw it on the ground, and go, yeah, wipe my ass with it. I literally would. Their legal department, apparently, this is for stories, internet, take it with a grain of salt that's not this big, but this big, literally was threatening people. You create any more Warhammer content, and we're going to... By the way, most of the content on the internet goes under parody. Parody laws are, I took Y-Wings and I made a movie. Okay, I didn't directly make New Hope again. I made my own. I used their stuff, but it's called parody, I believe. And it works fine. That's how Star Wars got so big, is that people loved it and made more stuff up, made backstories. Hell, the only reason we still have Boba Fett is because people liked him so much, and somebody created the story where he got out of the Sarlacc pit. Originally, in the original story, he died. He was gone. He wasn't even supposed to be a mainline character, but he looked so cool. Hell, the Mandalorian race was designed around him. None of that was originally part of the whole thing. It was created by people who found the story so intriguing. And that's the awesome part of fandom. That's the awesome part of you guys, me, anybody who creates fan content stuff, anybody who plays the game. You create your own world. You create this energy around it. And the Warhammer Plus shot that in the face. The NDA, I was horrified when I read parts of this thing. You can be held liable for anything bad you say about Warhammer. What? Oh, and here's the thing. Hear this. Review this. That's not a review. That's asking somebody to say something nice while you poke a gun in their stomach. If you say anything bad, we'll sue you into oblivion. You'll lose your family, your house. You won't even be able to get a job at a 7-Eleven. By the way, I've worked at a 7-Eleven, so it's not that bad. Okay, it was that bad, but hey, it was work. That whole thing shot themselves in the foot, and that to me was horrifying. At that point, I'm not buying one more thing from GW. Except for the... I'm in Necromunda, and I bought the next book. But the only thing I'm going to buy from them is books. I'm not getting into any of the stuff, and the subscription thing they're talking about now, which is even worse of a dumb idea. I'm not getting involved in. I honestly think they don't care about their fans. It shows in their actions. And I think Discord has said it the best. What they want is the whale characters. The guys who come in and buy... a 10,000 point army or $10,000 or some guy who walks on the site goes, oh, big tank, I want that. Click, click, click. All the other guys who just want to have like a little fun 200 point game, 2,000 point game. I don't think you make a 200 point game, but 2,000 point game, they literally are telling you to your face, jugger off, because they do not care about you. And that is the worst thing, because my God, you have, and I wish Rifts had this many fans that created content, but it needs to work on that. And the guys at Palladium, you need to work on this one. Games Workshop, 400K, has such a fan base of fun guys, fun girls, people who just go out there and create stuff that they just love to do. And they keep shooting them. They keep disrespecting. They keep telling you, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. And we're going to change this, and we're going to change... Oh. And I think this is one thing. People are getting into the company because they want to make money. Or because they want to push some other, and I hate to get political, but agenda. And what they do is, instead of making something of their own, and this happens in everything. People come in when they find something is fun to do, or they like something to do, or people like it. They come in there and they want to attach them to it, but twist it to what they want it to be. So they will take what you thought was fun and they'll twist it into what they wanted it to be. And by the time you get to where they wanted it to be, it's no longer what you had. It's no longer what you loved. It's now what they want. and they usually suck. That's why they had to take somebody else's idea and pervert it, and that's perverting. It's like when I think the new CEO of Game Workshop is a guy from Hasbro or something. That's why he had that little action figure. Action figure. I'm surprised it didn't have karate chopping action or power fisty action. That would have been a fun one. Punch, punch. You know, and it's like the anime. The pictures are always so dark. The brooding. Anyway, I think what GW is doing is massively wrong. I will not sign up for Warhammer Plus and their new service where every 6 months the rules change. That's insane. That is literally insane. I don't have enough time between family, which matters most, job, matters second, I don't know if you're religious, like going to church, family, friends. Gaming's like 10th down on my list. I'm feeding everybody, working a job. It's like 10th down on my list. I am not going to take every 6 months an entire new rule book and read it. I'm not going to then have to reference, okay, this book reference, and by the way, this is funny for me to say as I'm a Palladium player because I like to build a character, I reference like 10 books. But it's annoying when the rules keep changing and then you wonder which one you're going to end up with. And that's just wrong. I think what they're doing is massively wrong. They are cutting out the fan base, and they're basically trying to turn it into a game that they sell the IP for. You know, and don't get me wrong, Necromunda Underhive Wars is really good. Hired Gun on the Underhive, I played a little. It's good. It's just not kind of what I wanted it to be. Wish I could get my money back. But, yeah, that's what they want to do. And it like blew my mind recently. I was at Target, and I swear to God, I might have been imagining it, but I think I saw like a little box set of Warhammer. Get your own Super Space Marines. They're cute. Not supposed to be cute. Where's we got into this grim, dark, scared all the plebes off. You told somebody you were into Warhammer. Oh look, here's one of my main characters. Oh, that's an interesting hobby. I'm gonna go over here. Oh, thank God, it got him away from me. That was the point. We got into something that was just us, just everybody like us. With that same twisted sense of humor, that same twisted thing. You know, we all had fun at it. It was no offense, an exclusionary thing. You kind of excluded people who didn't. You know, what's all the little rules and stuff? You know, your miniature painting is dumb. Okay, cool. You're not in the hobby. We kind of sectioned ourselves off. We're having fun. We spent large amount of money on it. I've just reached that point where I'm done. I am not going to buy anything from them. I am not going to deal with them. And it's a real hard one because I love Necromunda and I like what they're doing with it, but I don't like what they're doing to the content creators, because that's a big one. That to me is freedom of speech. That is those people spending their hard work and effort, and I appreciate somebody's hard work and effort, even if it's something I don't agree with. I appreciate somebody's freedom of speech, even if they say things I don't agree with. The idea that you should be silencing people who are out there using their creative and entrepreneurship and all that kind of stuff and making stuff because they love it, not because they're making money, but because they love it. That to me is a goldmine. I wish to God Rifts would get into doing this, go out there, create fan content, get their head out of their butt, stop producing Rifters, because I don't buy a single one of them, but make books, put them out, and embrace a fan culture that they can get behind. Embrace a fan culture that loves the game. GW has, most gaming companies would kill to have the level of fandom that GW has, that GW is currently pissing on. And it's sad. It's such a great universe and a great game. And, I love Rifts, by the way. I'm flat up Rifts. Grimdark, I play it, it's cool, but Rifts is my thing. I like the exploratory nature. I like the RPG factor of it. But Rifts would kill to have GW's fan base. Yeah. And I think they're killing their fan base because I've talked to a number of guys I know and that do They are absolute dyed-in-the-wool Imperial Fist. Space Wolves, Chaos Marchers, Gene Stealer. Oh, not Gene Stealer Cults recently, but Black Templars, all that kind of. They were dyed-in-the-wool, those guys. I've talked to them recently. They left. They literally went like, "No, we're done." And from them, I hear that they're basically moving on. They're moving on to BattleTech, which is a game I used to play and I still do. I mean, I've got a buttload of miniatures behind me. I'm about to start painting. And just basic fantasy. They're literally going to like one-page rules. Not an endorsement of any one of these things, but they're going to 3D printing because the models are insanely priced. And they're probably, I talked to one of the guys. He said, "Yeah, me and a bunch of guys, we agreed that we're going to have our own little tournament. And we're going to go with 8th edition. And we're going to go with 7th edition. They're just going to go back to the old rulebooks." And a lot of them are leaving. One guy told me he literally was selling his entire army. One guy was so pissed, he actually said he burned his army. He melted all the plastic down to a big giant sludge and threw it in the toilet. Or hopefully not in the toilet, but in the trash. A lot of them are going over to BattleTech, which I encourage. I hope we can bring a lot of them, a lot of the guys that like that kind of darkness universe, that kind of struggle to survive thing, bring them over to Rifts. Have some fun with it. I really wish Rifts would get into the 3D market and get some good miniatures. I will talk more about miniatures in a future rant about this, but my opinion, GW needs to die. They need to die a slow and painful death because they've abandoned their fans and they treated everybody out there like crap. They literally don't like the model guys. They build this stuff, but they're pissing on them. And all in all, I really actually don't hope the company dies. I would really love to see, maybe we can get maybe a whole bunch of fans of the game can get together and basically buy GW from its current stockholders and take it over for the fans. I mean, if they did that, if I found out that was happening, oh, you betcha, I might pop $1,000 if the wife agrees on figures just to buy them, just to say, hey, I'm helping. I'd even invest money in that. I mean, I'm serious. I would literally be willing to join an investment group that bought GW and returned it to the fans, who took all the lawyers and tossed them out, who took anybody interfering with, anybody who doesn't like the game the way it is, and tossed their ass out. I would be willing to help with that. I literally would commit my effort to doing that because I don't like seeing a good game get trashed by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. I think, however, we're going to see GW go down the hill, and, well, that's why I play Rifts and not Warhammer 40K. Or, by the way, Warhammer Fantasy, somebody had an acid trip. But yeah, like I said, this is your friend in the neighborhood Techno Wizard. I hope to see everybody out there in the Megaverse. And I hope you all are having fun and enjoying your freedom. And I do know Chad the Man.